Hey guys, how are you? Happy 2021 and welcome back to my channel. So it's a new year, and for 2021 I think my main goal on this channel would be to create the more travel content that I normally create, but then also I really wanted to create impactful content, and I did not know where I'm going to start with it. So the other day I got a message from a lady, and she pretty much was saying she's done with her high school education, her first degree, and she wanted to go and study her master's abroad in either Germany or the Netherlands. So she wanted to get some advice from me. I of course tried to help her the best way I know, but then I also decided to do this video for anyone else who might need this information. And just before I start on this video, I'd like to issue a disclaimer that I am no expert in all matters study abroad, but I am going to share with you my story of how I was able to get admission into a university in Belgium and how that whole journey began. So yeah, sit down, get a blanket, get some juice, some water, some tea, and let's get started with the story. So when I graduated way back in 2014, I was one of those people who used to say, I don't want to ever study again. And then I just assumed that I would finish university and get a very nice job and never ever again consider studying again. But clearly that wasn't what happened. And I worked for a few years. From 2014 I worked till 2019. Yeah, I worked all the way up until 2019, and then I was in a job where I wasn't feeling any growth. There's some noise, let me just check. Yeah, I was in a job that wasn't really challenging me and wasn't really growing me. So at that point I started considering getting an education. At the same time I kept applying for other jobs and I just wasn't getting any opportunity. So instead of feeling miserable every day resenting my work, I decided to do some things to try and change the situation that I was in. So I started looking at colleges in Kenya. I remember I wrote an email to Strathmore, which is the university that I had done my undergrad in, and yeah, I wrote an email to them, and crickets, they didn't respond. I tried to follow up, nothing. I also tried to get in touch with USIU, still crickets. And I just sort of left it there when I realized things weren't really working out. And then my nervousness with USIU was, it was far. So I was gonna be leaving work and then going there, leaving work. That was going to be such a very difficult life. But I was considering that at that point. And then a few months later, my aunt started sending me links. She's like, oh, you can, she lives abroad by the way, she's like, oh, check out this university, you can try and apply. It was Hasselt University. So she sent me the links, the website. She's like, I even met someone who's been studying there, you check out their site, see if you can apply, see if they can admit you. And yeah, she's just sending me information and asking me to apply. So I tried to check the site, but everything was in Dutch, and I didn't speak any Dutch at the time. So I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna bother with this. It wasn't a very user-friendly site, so I kind of just ignored and left it there. So my battery is even running low, but I will try and find a way to survive. Yeah, so I saw that the site was in Dutch, and I was put off. I was like, hey, this is too difficult for me. So at the time, I had really just started traveling, and I really wanted to travel, and I think she painted that idea in my mind. So I started checking out University of Cape Town and universities in UK, but universities in UK are just very, 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 very expensive. It's impossible, my god. And then the universities in UK, most of them, they want you to have the IELTS exam. IELTS is an English test, proficiency, to just test basically whether you're good in English. And for me, I was just like, why do I need to spend 30,000 to just prove I speak English? Yet there are all these videos of me speaking English in the internet. For me, it's just it's too expensive, it's too much. So yeah, shelved it, left it there. And then at the time, it was, I think, beginning of the year in 2019. And then I remember me and my mom, we were to visit Belgium in the summer. And at this point, we hadn't even pangaed the trip, but we were just talking about it. And then I don't think we were even serious about planning the trip, but we were told my aunt we were going. So my sister one day called us and she was like, you guys, you're not serious, because you're saying you're going, you haven't started even planning, you haven't done yada yada and stuff. So my sister basically gave us a lecture, and then that lecture just, okay, I decided, okay, fine, let's start the planning process. First thing we need to do is a visa. So you need a Schengen visa. You can get this visa from either Greece embassy, Netherlands embassy, Belgium embassy, all these other embassies. At the time, I didn't even have a passport, biometric passport, and they had just introduced the rule for you have to have a biometric passport to travel. So the rush, trying to get the biometric passport quickly, got it, and then visa now. So I sent emails to many embassies, trying to get the Belgium visa, the European visa, Schengen visa. So all the embassies were like, you guys, it's too soon, we are fully booked, you can't get a space at this time. There was only one embassy that had a slot available, and at the time I didn't even have my passport, but my mom had hers. So my mom booked her appointment, went for it, and then mine was on the same day as my mom's, but because my passport hadn't already tockered, I had to postpone my appointment to later. So my mom went, and then like 2-3 days later, and then I now went for the appointment. So luckily we got the visa, and we're so excited. Oh my god, we're finally going to Europe to visit. Yeah, so May Ficas, was it on May really? Or July? I think it was July. So July Ficas, and we're excited. We had booked a flight to there's this site we use to check the cheapest flights, and because Belgium is very close to Germany, it's very close to Netherlands, the cheapest flight was to Germany. So we booked the flight to Frankfurt, and we were supposed to land in Frankfurt and then get a train back to Belgium. I think at the time it worked out cheaper that way. So we land in Frankfurt. The moment we land, as we are leaving the airport, smelly a cigar. I was like, and the heat just hits you like pop. And I was like, mommy, where have we come? And then the language, and then also trying to ask people questions. I was just simply shamelessly asking people, okay, where is the train station? Where's the train station? Some people are like, I don't speak English, ma'am. I don't speak English, ma'am. I don't speak English, ma'am. Eventually, we got people that were going to help us. And then we bought tickets. Some are getting lost in the train. Some are going from Frankfurt HB to coming back to the airport and then going back again. I'm telling you, that day we zungukad, but you would never see because I never put that part in the videos. We zungukad, we potered until after we had potered enough, we went back to where we had bought the ticket, and the lady there was like, okay, you guys need to interchange at this point, so be keen, get off this train, and then finally we ended up making it to Bonn, Germany. And then our uncle was to pick us up from there, because from there it's closer to Belgium. So he picks us up, and the first thing he says, by the way, Linda, if you're gonna come and study here, by the way, feel free to come and stay with me. So that was another prompt. And then we ended up having the best time, because also I was nervous about going to study in a place that I had never visited before, and I had never visited Belgium. So I was like, hey, I'm very close to my family, I'm very close to my friends. I was like, hey, I'm going to be living home for 1 year in a country that I don't know anyone. Not going to happen. So hey, at least I visited. And then while we were there, we visited the same Hasselt University, because the idea was get the admission to Hasselt so you can stay with us, because my aunt and uncle, they live close to Hasselt University. So we went, we checked out Hasselt University, very pretty university, but then they told us you have to apply from Kenya, and then they gave us instructions on how to apply. And then what else happened? Yeah, at that point I still didn't think I was going to apply to Hasselt, but it was nice just checking out the university, how everything looks. In fact, I'm going to attach a photo that I took at Hasselt University in 2019, the first time we visited Belgium, right after this clip. So yeah, we have the vacation, we have the best time, we come back to Kenya now. I go back to my job, and I don't know if I should sell this, I don't know if I should say this, but in the midst of having the vacation, the company I was working for at the time was struggling. So just when I had gone for a vacation, we got a pay cut, a 50% pay cut, and I was like, oh no, what is life? So for me, I was like, hey, I'm coming back on leave. I took leave for 3 weeks to go to Belgium, and then I'm coming back to a pay cut, and then also I'm also not really happy in this job and stuff. So I decided, hey, I need to start sorting my life out. I need to either look for another job or figure out what's next. I was getting interviews, and at some point I even got a job, but the salary just wasn't good enough for the work that I was going to do. You know, some companies, they want to overwork you like a donkey and pay you peanuts. So me, I said no to that job. All the other jobs that were coming, it just get maybe the first interview, or just get regret. So yeah, so in December I decided, me, by the way, when I'm going for Christmas, no, I decided, okay, fine, let me start looking for universities in Belgium. And this is this is the first video. I'm going to continue with this story, so stay tuned and make sure you subscribe to have the continuation of my story and how I got admission to study in Belgium. So if you've watched up until this point, thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.